This is The Little Match Girl by Hans Christian Andersen. It was very cold, the snow fell, and it was almost quite dark, for it was evening, yes, the last evening of the year. And amid the cold and the darkness, a poor little girl with bare head and naked feet was roaming through the streets. For it was true, she had slippers when she left home, but they were not of much use, for they were so large indeed that they had hitherto been used by her mother. Besides, the poor little creature had lost them as she hurried across the street to avoid two carriages that were driving very quickly past. One of them was not to be found, and the other was pounced upon by a boy who ran away with it, saying that it should serve for a cradle when he should have children of his own. So the little girl went along with her little bare feet that were red and blue with cold. She had a number of matches in her apron and a bundle in her hand. No one had bought anything from her the whole livelong day. No one had even given her a penny. So shivering in cold and hunger, she crept along, a perfect picture of misery. Poor little thing. Snowflakes covered her long flaxen hair, which hung in pretty curls around her throat, but she heeded them not now. Lights were streaming from all the windows, and a savory smell of roast goose was in the air, for it was New Year's Eve, and this she did heed. She sat down now, cowering in a corner formed by two houses, one of which projected beyond the other. She had drawn her little feet under her, but she felt colder than ever. Yet she dared not return home, for she had not sold a match and could not bring home a penny. Her father would certainly beat her. Besides, it was cold enough at home, for they only had a roof above them, and the winds came howling through it, though the largest holes had been stopped with straw and rags. Her little hands were nearly frozen with cold. Alas, a single match might do her some good, if she were to draw one out and light it, just to warm her fingers. So at last she drew one out. Ah, how it jets sparks, how it burns! It gave off a warm, bright flame, like a little candle. As she held her hands over it, truly it seemed to the little girl as if she were sitting in front of a large iron stove with polished brass feet and shovel and tongs. The fire burned so brightly and warmed so nicely that she stretched out her feet to warm them likewise. When lo, the flame expired, the match went out, and there was nothing left but a half-burned match in her hand. She rubbed yet another against the wall, and it gave light. And where it shone upon the wall, the latter became as transparent as a veil, and she could see into a room. A snow-white tablecloth lay upon the table, and a splendid china dinner service stood upon it. And a roast goose, stuffed with apples and prunes, sent forth the most savory fumes. And what was still more delightful to see was when the goose jumped down from the dish and began waddling along the ground with fork and knife in its breast. The goose waddled up to the girl, but then the match went out, and there was nothing left but a thick, damp wall. She lit yet another, and she now sat under the most magnificent Christmas tree that was larger and more superbly decked than even the one she had seen through the glass door at the rich merchant's. Thousands of tapers burned on its green branches, and gay pictures, like the one seen on shields, seemed to be looking down upon her. She stretched out her hands, but then the match went out. The lights began rising higher and higher until they were like stars in the sky. One of them fell down and left a streak of fire behind it. Someone is now dying, thought the little girl, for her old grandmother, the only person who had ever loved her, who is now dead, had said that when a star falls, it means a soul is going up to heaven. She rubbed yet another against the wall, and it again gave light. And there, in the brightness, stood her old grandmother, clear and shining like a spirit, yet looking so mild and loving. "Oh, grandmother," cried the little one, "oh, please take me with you. I know you will disappear when the match goes out. You will disappear like the warm stove and the delicious roast goose and the fine large Christmas tree." She made haste to rub the whole bundle of matches, for she wished to hold her grandmother fast. And the matches then gave light, brighter than noonday. Her grandmother had never appeared so beautiful nor so large. And she took the little girl in her arms, and both flew up, all radiant and joyful, far, far above mortal ken, where there was neither cold, nor hunger, nor care to be found, where there was no rain, or snow, or stormy winds, but calm sunny days the whole year round. But in the cold dawn, a little girl might be seen leaning against the wall with red cheeks and smiling mouth. She had been frozen on the last night of the old year, and the New Year's light shone upon the little dead girl. She still held a bundle of matches in her hand, which were now burned. People said that she had tried to warm herself, but no one could dream of the fine things she had seen, nor what splendor she entered, along with her grandmother, upon the joys of the new year.